Okay, I thought I would do. I thought I would do a story time of some fights that I witnessed back in the day. I honestly don't think this middle school exists. It's kind of weird, but what was this middle school called? Blythe Middle School. The I think it's so funny because the mascot for the school. I feel so bad about the angles. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. I think it's hot. Okay. Yeah. What was I gonna say? The fights that I witnessed in middle school. Let's see. How was I gonna explain it? So this middle school, Blythe Middle School, I think I could say that, especially since I honestly think the last time I looked it up not too long ago, it said that it was like closed or canceled, or it might have been because COVID, maybe, I don't know. Not because of COVID. I think that they just stupid California governor just sucks. So, anyways, the funny thing is I like to know like the mascots for all my schools. I'm so scared that's gonna get me. And this middle school, the mascot is a Roadrunner. I think that that's funny, and I know exactly who the coyote is, and it's totally relative to Jeannie's story. She said it was her cousin, and needless to say, he sounds like Marcus Galindo. I knew Hoozles, but don't even be interested to know nothing happened. Anyways, so fights. Blythe Middle School, there was a lot of fights. It's funny that I live in Oregon now, Molalla, Oregon now, all kind of stuff. And I did hear about Woodburn fights and like crazy stuff, but there's just a lot of fights that happen at Blythe. And two of them that I witnessed. The biggest one, I feel like I should do the smaller one because this one it almost doesn't matter. But me and my dad were walking from like the cafeteria over here and like towards like kind of the office, like going this way, walking this way. We're just walking, I don't know, probably going back to the house, I don't know. It was probably after school. And we were walking back. It's so simple. I'm like having like such a hard time explaining it. What? But we were walking back, and all of a sudden, this guy, I don't know, I almost don't even know if he was in middle school. Maybe he's a trash piler. How we doing this? We're gonna do it to the side again. Oh, my buttery hair. Y'all see that? That's where I'm getting in. Okay, I'm not even like... I'm trying to find out where I want the damn heart already. Or do we want it just halfway? I never really liked her. Anyways, after me talking to myself about my hair, so this middle school, so some random guy, I don't know, he looked like a Chris Brown, I don't know, an older guy, and he started attacking like a smaller kind of kid. I don't know, the kid probably was like 6th, 7th grade, and this older kid looked like he could have been past 8th grade, if not I don't know, like, he could have been a high schooler or he could have been an 8th grader. All of a sudden, you know, we're just walking, all of a sudden, off to the side in front of, like, all of the, probably the teachers' cars, they're all parked. All of a sudden, this kid just starts, like, fighting with this other kid. And I don't know if what he had on his hand or what. It's probably some kind of metal thing. I don't know. Something like that. It's just... that one's a simpler one. Not this one. This story. So I had to tell the simpler one. I should have... Disclaimer at the beginning of the video. What's her name? I've been watching Amy Frawley lately, and she's like really cool, and just like a Storytime like person. Come on, godmother, come through to me when your godmother doesn't reach out to you because she's just as shady as Starly Critic. My godmother's more weak side, graceful side is Marjorie Harvey, but hands down, the highest form of her is probably Debbie Snacks. Latoya Forever's mom, Debbie. I don't know, she never gave us her last name. Debbie Snacks Debrechet. That's actually Christine. She's like following her. Anyways, not the story time. This is so bad. How far are we? Okay, we're not too bad. So that was the easier story because me and my dad were just walking along, like the beginning kind of the school's like gate, and then we were like walking this way, left kind of. It's just so weird. It was just a random fight out of nowhere. I can't remember how it broke up or who broke it up. It must have been the school. Because I had to get broken up. Okay. Am I scared to do my hair? I don't know. I didn't want to part it down the complete middle. Alright. It's super oily. So, that's that first story. And then this one's real heated and juicy. So, I had a friend named Ashley. It's a real popular name, so I'm just going to explain how she spelled it, because there's a lot of Ashleys out there, thank God. I would say that she reminds me of a thicker, fuller, thicker person, like, fuller, thicker version of, like, Ashley Phillips. So, they were in school, and we were all in school. Lord, do not let me screw this up. I'm gonna look in the mirror. Y'all could just hold on for a second here. I'm just gonna do that. Nicole Guerrero's watching this like this girl will know what she's doing. I need a Melanie in my life. What am I trying to do? Okay, so this one, like I said, the girl's name was Ashley. The way she spelled it was very interesting. It was Ashlee. Whoa. See, now I feel like I'm going to do this shit wrong. Thanks, Melanie, for teaching me the wrong bit. At least if it looks playful. I like this one a lot, but I still have it to break it in. Anyway, so Ashley, and I think her name was like Angelina. I don't know why, but it's probably because I associate her with JWoww's, like the one that nobody likes, basically, in there. Angelina. Her name is probably Angelina, if not maybe Angelica. I honestly can't remember because I don't think I wanted like a friendship with her. Anyways, so am I even doing? I know someone's watching. Like, she is not doing this right. I feel so bad. I don't know. So they were talking about fighting. It probably had been like for a week, maybe 2 weeks. They were talking about fighting. Oh, there's another one that came to my mind, but I don't think I witnessed it. And they were talking about fighting, and it was like right after lunch. So I guess she they prepared. So Angelina had like knuckles, like rings and like things to like put some powels on her. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So basically like so slow at telling this story. It's like 11 minutes in. Do I suck at this or do I suck at this? So, like I said, Ashley and Angelina have been planning to fight. Anyways, they finally fought. It was after lunch. We were walking away from lunch. And if you know, I almost want to say if you know, like, what's it called? Like, kind of California schools, like, they're just maybe not taken care of. I don't know. The Malala Middle School actually kind of reminds me of it. But, I don't know. They kind of seem like they have it together, but then they don't. Like, it seemed like here they just had to add more. Anyways, it was a very open field because California never anticipates rain. And I was walking with Ashley. I think she was way over here, and then Angelina was way over there. So she was like right to my right, and then Angelina was way over there. I can't believe I've never seen these people again. Especially on social media. And we just kept walking, and it was just kind of weird because nobody was like doing anything, and we walked quite far-ish, like. Oh, is that like, yeah. It looks a little good, girl. I feel like something's screaming out, Melanie, help me do. I do have to give props to my cousin Melanie. This is like side note. When I just have a lot just to say in my mind. So. Melanie completely compared to my Barone cousins, and I'm so gonna freaking shade them or whatever right now. Yeah, Melanie was always brave enough to tackle my hair, and it was so funny because my hair was such a mess back then, but I have to give props to Melanie, and she's actually on my mom's side, my cousin. I don't have many cousins on my mom's side at all. Oh, nice. See, I can't see anything there. So back to the fight. I finally say, because we were walking like pretty freaking far. And, I don't know if they just wanted to fight, and then people like them just always wanted to fight because it was just always happening, and it just was like, okay, it's popular, let's do it. Like, what? Or if there's real damn hate inside of for each other. And anyways, I finally freaking say, you keep saying you're gonna do it, Angeline. Back then, I had I think I had like, I had trouble like standing up like that. Like just kind of like being able to vocalize. So it kind of I kind of feel like it said a little shaky. But nothing happened to me. But it was like, you I said something like, well, I kind of threw like the spark at her. You know how you like throw the spark into the logs and it finally lights. I was like, well, you've been saying you're gonna do it, like, so just do it. And so I think she finally, I don't know, I think Ashley had moved on this side of me. Then she had to get closer. And just so funny. Because I remember saying, hey, you keep saying you're going to do it and you haven't even done it yet. Like, you just look like a freaking coward, right? So I was sincere. Oh my gosh, no. But, yeah, I had said that. And then I think that's basically when she was like, okay, fine. So, like, she ends up starting the stupid fight. And, oh man, I feel like I'm not a good storyteller, but I probably am. So yeah, it basically started there. I think, I can't remember, man, what is the visual, Lord? Like, Angelina finally had come around. Is this sneaking thing? Oh, it's pretty. Are you proud of me, Melanie? Oh, I say Melanie, I'll say Jordan and Chelsea did not do my hair. Oh, I put their names out real strong. I don't want to puff it up no more. Let's see here. Something up here. So, yeah. Like, wow. And then I see the part that blurred out was right after I had said that. Like, you keep saying you're going to do it. You've been saying you're going to do it. Like, when are you going to do it? I can't believe how real this is. Wow, it never registered to me how real. Yeah, see, I know you guys are like, why is she pausing? Why is she wait? Oh my god, we're 18 minutes later. So basically, yeah, I finally said that. I think that they, like I said, they found me and ran around to each other. I do remember Ashley ended up kind of on this side of me, I believe. Man, I hope I'm not making up stuff just because I don't remember too clearly. But it was just crazy. I'll try to bring my child on. He probably got more fights. I just was like not understanding. You've been saying you're gonna do it. You've never done it. Like, so what's your issue? Yeah, I'm trying. See, I know I haven't brought up like the actual fight. I think it ended up being kind of I don't want to say blurry, but like kind of blocked. Because every time there was a fight, there was always a crowd around that fight. So then, like, people, the school had like stuff and just so many fights. And it was definitely like the biggest that stands out in my mind. It was just, that was definitely one of the craziest. Damn, this thing is so bad. It's no wonder why I just recently found it at the church. There's gotta be something back here that needs to be figured out. So yeah, that was definitely something yeah. I think that they definitely fought. I never really saw anything after that. I think it was like, I'm just gonna go to class because it was right after lunch. And I think I do remember sitting next to Ashley. She was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat her up and all this stuff." I'm like, "Oh my gosh." She was much. Oh, well, there's the good explanation. She was much bigger, much bigger than Ashley was much bigger than Angelina. Like, definitely. Like, probably even taller than me right now. I keep looking in the phone camera. 20 minutes. But that was basically it for then. Oh, my Colorado come through me. Whatever juices she has in her, Lord, I need them. That's why the Colorado reminds me of Melanie. Yeah. And Ashley was much bigger. That's why I keep saying, like, Ashlyn Phillips. Because I feel like Ashlyn's, like, fairly tall. Like, yeah. Not short at all. Not short at all. Why do I feel like it's not even? Yep. Yeah, and Angelina was, like, hella short. Oh, yeah. Definitely, like, typical, like, 5'1", 5'2", hella short. But I will say, I did freaking throw in the match. Start the fire. And I'm so thankful, though, I didn't even get in trouble. Slipped away from that. That was a long ass time ago, though. I feel like I'm doing this. Oh, Melanie, are you watching this video? Like, what is she doing? Probably. Sometimes I need help. Not bad help, though. But, and I'm like all silent about the fight, but I think once they started, like, basically throwing punches and, like, because I can't, see, I still can't remember what exactly happened after that, but isn't it funny how I'm like, wow, Ashley's probably just like Ashley Phillips. And it cracked me up because Ashley actually had a younger sister just like Ash Phillips. Like, right, there you go. And I'm trying to pull some reminders or remember something. Looks kind of cute, girl. I wonder what the back, see? Oh, so flats. Flats. Yep, that's the biggest fight that I had ever experienced. Oh my heck. And I don't hold no shame saying that her name is Ashley, because whose name isn't Ashley? There's so many Ashleys in the world. But yeah. She looked like a more thicker, fuller, you know. Definitely had some meat on her bones. And probably could have taken her out like, what did, yeah, Abuelita, I'm trying to remember what Amy said on her channel, on her bus fight. Oh my god, that's what sparked this. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to tell you too. I might have to do it more in depth. I'm just trying to remember the actual fight because I remember we were walking away and it was so stupid because I was like, you two, like, not you two, but like, you've been I like looked down at Angela. I'm like, you've been saying you're gonna like beat her up. Like, where the hell are you at? Like, are you like gonzo? Like, where are you at? And she was like, okay, fine. And she finally like took swings or whatever. I basically don't remember much after that because I do believe that they pretty much started fighting, and typically the school people, aides, they were always out there. That middle school and middle school, there's only one middle school in Blythe, right? That stuff is making me cough. So that was that. I don't know why I keep saying that, but that wasn't in the end of it. Like I said, I don't remember the actual fight itself, but I do remember they actually like fought. I just don't remember the aftermath of it. But the funny thing was, funny thing was, this thing better work. Yeah, funny thing was, so like the realness started happening the next day. Was it the next day? No, that night I had to get away from my grandparents because, like, I don't know, my grandma was just weird, and I don't know what my grandpa would have said. But I was like, oh no, like, you know, I threw the match into like the fire, you know, just to get it lit so then things can really start to happen. And I was like, oh, I don't know, like maybe Angelica's gonna come back. And I was basically talking to my mom, and I was like, oh man, like gosh, I should talk to my brother. And I don't know, he didn't seem to give me much advice, but I just remember I was like, oh no, like what if she tries to beat me up? Because like, and not out of fear, I guess, but wish her to beat me up because like she could come back tomorrow. And that was like the funniest thing, because anytime there was a fight, they could not come back to school the next day. I think the day after that they could. That's just funny because now I'm like, after that, I remember being in class after that, and I saw them two in class, and it didn't look like any fight. I'm like, what? But that was like one of the biggest fights. The one that popped in my head now, I think that they had fought because Adrienne, this is a completely different story, and this where it gets heated, because Adrienne, I remember I saw like she had like a bruise. It was like it did not look good, and she had like a long time. My hair will never fall off like that when you're on YouTube. Yeah, so Adrienne, she's a popular girl. She's definitely cute. She reminded me of that singer Cassie. Ever seen Cassie? That's basically her. She's very cute, very Cassie-like. She had like all the nice stuff, Victoria's Secret, and probably all this stuff. It definitely acted like it, and she was part of the popular crowd. And I remember seeing her with like a bruise. And then I heard like so she had like this longtime friend, and like they were like Prissy together, and they were kind of like cute together. I don't know why, but I sort of took to and was more interested in Adrienne, probably because they had class together or whatever. And I remember, I don't know if I remember seeing bruise. It was like huge. Like she must have gotten in a fight, and I think she had gotten in a fight. Now I don't know if you guys see like the huge darkness behind it, or like the huge blow up, But it's like they were longtime friends. They had been friends for like ever, and then all of a sudden, she comes to school with a bruise on her face. Oh my god, there was probably a lot of like mad like parents or whatever like getting mad at their kids because they're fighting. Hey, that is steaming. It's probably because I turned it up. Y'all know about that? Y'all want to let me know? Because I got this, what was I saying? Yeah, I won't, just probably gonna end up shutting off in 10 minutes or something. But this one to me was the biggest one because, Adrienne and this other girl, I don't know. I'm trying to put puzzle pieces together what she looked like. Adrienne just looked like Cassie. And the other girl, she looked like, I think she was maybe like a straight up, I don't know. They were just like prissy blonde chicks. Just very prissy. I almost want to say like sort of Paris Hilton-esque. But they were like, I guess the thing that blows my mind is they were like really good friends. And then all of a sudden, Adrienne shows up to school with a huge like bruise. Like, it was like this. Like, it was just all over. Oh my gosh. I'm surprised she didn't put any makeup on it. And there's just like long-time friends and all of a sudden a fight. Like, I guess I jumped to saying she showed up to school with a bruise, and then I come to find out later that her and this like long-time friends, I don't know why. I'm trying to make out what the heck this chick was. See, I can't really remember, but they're just probably Prissy. If she wasn't, oh my gosh, if she wasn't anything. Yeah, Adrienne. I think she spelled her name with 2 E's. Adrienne. It was crazy. I'm like, maybe Selena and Irene will watch this and be like, girl, that was crazy. I'm like, yeah. My hair did. Are we done dead? Look in the mirror. That's kind of cute. Some messy braids. Let's do this. That was like, to me, in my mind, that was the biggest one because like when you're a longtime friend, something must have happened. Like, you diss me, like all of a sudden like a freaking switch flips that wasn't supposed to flip at all. And you know, somebody drinks the wrong juice and all of a sudden they show up to school with a bruise. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, it was something. And like Adrienne so much looking like Cassie, the singer. She's a singer. Yeah, she was cute. I think that's probably why I felt some kind of relationship or something. So I felt like a liking. I was like, oh, she's cool. But that was crazy. I feel like I don't know enough, but it's like all of a sudden she comes to school and then I hear, you know, oh yeah, she got it and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my god. Them popular bitches. Yeah, I threw the match in the other one, and another one I was like, what? Like these girls were like friends.